Hey, welcome to my back porch. I decided to do a little experiment with swiping. So I'm going to be using up extra paint or leftover paints. And there's a flower frog. I'm going to try dragging that through and see what kind of results I get from that. And I also have a sponge that's I don't know, I think it probably belonged to like a heating pad or something at one time. So it's like a piece of paper sized sponge. And then I also have a, what is that called? The green Scotch Brite. Yeah. From leftover from doing some ceramic tile work in my house. So I thought I had really good luck playing around with wet paper towel. And I just thought I would try some other things and see what kind of results I came up with. So I'm really just getting rid of the paint that I've been using, the ends of it in the cup that have been in there for a couple of days in this part right here. That I have no idea where that must be some runoff. I think the first two colors that I put on were runoff, so they look kind of muddy, and I put them on the bottom hoping that they wouldn't show through, and that worked out pretty well. So I think that one of the biggest things with swiping is that whatever I'm swiping to be, if it's a fabric or like a paper, I like for it to be wet, and I think that helps weight, like for the paper towel, it helps to weight it and have it like stick to the paint. But then like for the sponge coming up and the Scotch Brite pad, it kind of helps to allow them to, I guess the water provides almost like a lubricant, so that they're not sucking up the paint as you go along, but they're saturated already, so they just kind of drag through it. And so you'll see here in how it works. It's, I think you have to find your favorite swiping material and something that's the right size for what you need. I have not tried swiping with plastic. I've seen that, and it has fantastic results. I just haven't had a chance to try it yet, as I'm kind of into using what's already in my house. And I'm so far out of the school years with my grown kids that I don't really have boulders and plastic keepers and things like that. So, okay, so I added a little bit of white in the spots because I wanted every bit of the canvas to be covered with some kind of paint. So I think I had to make some white and black for this because it seems like you use those up the most. Okay, so here goes the black at the top there, and what's first? The Scotch Brite. Yes. So this was really fun to pull with. It gave you something really solid to hold on to, but I found it very difficult to pull straight. So you'll see it's a little zigzaggy, which of course is just another look that you might want. And I don't know why that was so much more difficult to keep straight, because this paper towel and that sponge right there were much easier. So the last thing I'm going to pull is the flower frog, which is this is an old one. It's all metal. So all that's happening is that the metal tines are kind of dragging the black a little further than I thought that they would. And it leaves a little bit more of a like a streaked look, the kind of streaks that are in those really nice rocks that you find where it has like a vein. It kind of has that veined look, along with cells, but it definitely didn't cell up this, with the amount of cells. But the cells that it made were really pretty, and they're kind of like along those vein lines. So I think I would do that again in a specific setting where I might be looking for that kind of veining as well. So the last part of this is me doing close-up. Oh wait, first I'm going to torch it with my torch that still is not very well broken in. It keeps stopping and sputtering, and I think when I did this, as soon as it started doing its light show issue and going all over the place, I just gave up on it. So there it went. Nice. So I'm going to do the close-ups now, and I still haven't figured out how to slow this back down once I speed it up. So you might want to skip to the end if this nauseates you, but it does show that, of course, with the swiping, we always get fantastic cells. There's that streaky part from the flower frog. The cells really weren't too different from the Scotch-Brite sponge to the Scotch-Brite pad to the sponge, although I think the Scotch-Brite cells tended to have more colors in them, which I found interesting. So thanks for watching. Like my video if you like it, subscribe if you want to see more, share if you think there's